Hello, Christel Mex here, councillor with the City of North Adelaide and St. Peter's, and I'm on the member of the committee of the Adelaide Parklands Association and your Greens candidate for the seat of Dunstan in the next state election. Now I'm here today with Peter Dalkeith Scott, and he's an expat from Adelaide, and he's a designer of pro golf courses, and he came to Adelaide to talk about fences with me. So Peter, you have designed many pro golf courses around the world. So tell us about you and why you're here.
Yeah, I mean, my company design and build golf courses around the world. To say they're pro golf courses is to really say that a professional tournament has been played at them. So we don't generally design just for professionals, we generally design for the broad range of golfers. So because golf is a handicap game, we like everybody to be able to feel they can play any course. I left Australia in '88 after I had a business in Sydney, set up in Singapore during the golf boom. And from then on, I've just followed the golf business all around the world. I've worked with them and worked for professional golfers such as Jack Nicklaus, Jose Maria Lozabal, Gary Player. And so we've, worked, most of the golf courses in the world are designed by people like me, technically.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the professional golfers put their names to them. And they're perfectly entitled to.
Wow, that's very, very specky. Now, here in the Adelaide Parklands, we're actually here at the North Adelaide public golf course at the moment, and there are no fences, and people are kind of roaming around, and they can take their dogs for a walk. But the golf courses you're talking about, Peter, that are pros, like the LIV Golf is going to be, they need fences, and I know that we were promised by the state government when they rushed through the Parklands Act 2025 that the area comprising the golf course must not have permanent fencing around its perimeter. But then there's another clause 3 that says nothing in subsection 1, which I just read, prevents the erection of fencing or other barriers where the minister is satisfied that the erection of the fencing or barrier is necessary or desirable for reasons of public safety, the security of any property, or otherwise for a public purpose. So with your experience building all these professional golf courses around the world, like LIV Golf, in your opinion, will we need to have permanent fencing around this new golf course?
I think for sure there'll be some permanent fencing. That's because the golf course is going to widen out, because the professional golf courses need to have bigger fairways and longer fairways, longer holes, etc. So the full extent of the land will need to be used, and of course the land is pretty much surrounded by public roads and by housing. So the golf course, the professional golfers hit the ball a lot further than the people who are playing North Adelaide now.
Wow. That's
why it's so much safer, because these are amateurs and they're people playing to a different standard. Once you have a professional golf course here, or a championship course, the better players will come. So the better players will hit the ball much further, and when they make a mistake, it'll go much further into other people's property and roads. And they're hitting the ball probably 50 miles an hour faster than a standard golfer. So you can imagine the damage that would do to a windscreen, or to somebody's house, or some kids playing in the front yard. So this is the fundamental. The driving range they're proposing for 27A, Park 27A, will definitely have to be fenced 24/7.
And how high do these fences have to be?
Minimum of about 21 metres high.
That's very high. Yeah. And the insurance companies, they will require fencing for insurance?
Oh yeah, no, I mean you could imagine that if somebody hits the ball, one of the pros hits the ball out onto the road and hits somebody, and then they veer off and hit 5 other cars, and then you can imagine the insurance implications of that, and caused by what? A player not having a fence.
Right. So it looks like 18.3 might have to be implemented after all.
I think it's important to see what they're proposing, and at the moment the government is stonewalling everybody. I think for obvious reasons. They probably are taking a lot of trees out, and they probably do need fences, and they know that. So that's why they're not disclosing it.
That was a fantastic insight from Peter Dalkeith Scott around the design of professional golf courses and permanent fencing. While Labor have been unclear on what their true intentions are, it's been great to see Rob Sims in Parliament fighting for more transparency and to stop loopholes that may have real consequences for our parklands. Thank you.